Cities have massive budgets allocated to build and repair their communities. Local businesses are desperate to win those exact contracts, and millions of skilled workers are actively searching for jobs to execute that work. Yet, if you look closely at the public sector economy, none of these groups are successfully connecting. The money is there, the labor is there, but the pathways meant to link them together are completely severed. You can see the disconnect right here. Municipal buyers constantly struggle to find trusted operators. Local vendors miss out on those opportunities because they aren't packaged correctly for government compliance. And workers end up trapped in the black hole of online job boards, never reaching the actual decision makers. This friction causes municipal budgets to stall out. Private capital stays on the sidelines because the execution risk is simply too high. The real-world consequence is a massive widening gap in community infrastructure. We are looking at a severe market failure. The Civic supply chain lacks a central routing mechanism to connect the money, the companies, and the people. Venra steps into that void as a private infrastructure layer. It operates entirely differently from a traditional startup accelerator or an online education platform. It is a civic marketplace designed specifically to patch the gap between government demand and workforce supply. The first half of this equation is the Venra Vendor Lab. Over a 12-week sprint, this program takes skilled local operators and rebuilds them into structured, procurement-ready vendors capable of winning government contracts. For the hybrid pathway, founders retain full control and revenue. Venra surrounds them with operational support, compliance packaging, and capital readiness. Conversely, the operator pathway is a hands-off vehicle. The partner funds the entity, while Venra runs day-to-day operations, staffing, and execution. Either way, Venra completely removes the guesswork. Vendors no longer have to blindly navigate local budgets or figure out municipal procurement pathways from scratch. They get direct access to SBA lenders, economic development offices, and the specific departments actively looking to spend. By injecting this kind of institutional knowledge, the platform eliminates the 6 to 18 months businesses typically waste pitching the wrong people. It functions as a high-speed conduit directly to public sector decision-makers. But creating a fleet of contract-ready businesses solves only half the equation. A vendor with a massive government contract still fails if they lack the deployable labor to actually execute the work. This is where Venra Work comes in. It replaces the traditional scattershot approach to hiring with a highly controlled private workforce pipeline. Instead of throwing applications into the void and hoping for a callback, workers pay a monthly subscription for priority access. They bypass the standard screening algorithms entirely and drop straight into active hiring funnels. Notice where this labor is heading. These workers aren't being pushed out into the chaotic open job market. They are routed continuously and directly into the exact contract-ready businesses actively being built by the Venra Vendor Lab. This creates a fully closed-loop system. By engineering both the vendor demand and the workforce supply simultaneously, Venra builds a perfectly routed, frictionless civic engine. Traditional platforms fail to solve the civic supply chain because they only monetize a single, isolated vulnerability. Job boards monetize attention, staffing firms monetize placement, and online courses monetize education. This economic loop shows Venra's structural advantage. Because it controls both sides of the market, the platform captures revenue across the entire lifecycle, from initial vendor build-outs and workforce subscriptions to long-term staffing margins and contract deployment. As the ecosystem tightens, the friction drops. Venra systematically reduces the time it takes for a business to secure funding, the time it takes to hire a crew, and the time it takes to actually deploy services into a city. Venra operates as the physical plumbing of the civic market, replacing high-level coaching with actual deployable infrastructure. By engineering the companies, the labor, and the routing system all at once, Venra provides the foundational tools required to turn municipal budgets into completed community projects.